Haven't had a Timber really in a while. What's the item build that Moon Meander is looking to do in this game against EG's heroes as well?
I think if you get this much free farm, you're probably looking for Arcane Boots into Bloodstone. It's an item build that's so effective on Timbersaw because he gets so much armor from the reactive armor.
Swindlemelons is dead. Their Spirit, Snowball, he's only got 1 point up with the Dragon Blood. The double TPs are on the way, and it's actually Moon Meander coming in. He finds Universe, but needs more damage. He's not going to find it. Dazzler has a Shallow Grave himself. Sumail, Spirit's up, and he's actually, is that even on the high ground? I don't think that actually is. Oh, it is. It's just on the edge. He'll go up, while Aoi 2000 looking for some other revenge. His TP out. Will it be in time? No, it will not. Moon Meander will find the kill. It was still, however, Sven also dying on the top lane during this engagement. So EG find the better trade-off.
Yeah, this is very important. They don't only get 2 for 1, but they also force a rotation from Timber off that bot lane. So a little bit of farm gets lost. Moon Meander, however, did get 1 kill there, so I guess that kind of evens out in the end. But I'm actually surprised he didn't try to go for the Ember Spirit a bit earlier. When he TP'd in, his target of choice was the Tusk, who had like full health and should easily be able to escape, whereas if he hits a Timber Chain there and catches Sumail off guard, he might have actually been able to blow him up. But probably just respecting the ability of his opponent. Expect a fast Fire Remnant into Jaunt, or what's it called? Activate Fire Remnant. It's actually a pretty boring name when you think about it. Fire Remnant and Activate Fire Remnant.
Well, as Blizz says, inventive names. What was it, the Dragon Knight? This is Blue Dragon. Doesn't even have wide eyes. A complexity. They were trying to move around, and like Timbersaw was thinking about going up the top lane. There was a little bit of indecision, so he stuck around in mid, fakes the chain against Sumail, but this let the DK have a little bit more space on bottom lane. Went to Dragon Form, Swindlemelons, and he dropped that tower down by a grand total of 52 life. So maybe not as effective as I was initially thinking it was. But he's at least able to find his farm down here quite safely. So catching up on the CS, I say catching up, we're still sitting at 3k net worth, which is only 300 behind that of the Timber.
And this is overall just a very even game right now. Like, no one has a significant gold or experience advantage, and in my opinion, this just plays into Complexity's favor. Like, again, the way they've tailored their lineup, the time they're supposed to peak, if they get through the early game without too many troubles, Crystal Maiden's going to fall off unless she does get very good farm, which is definitely not the case right now for PPD sitting on 8 CS. The Naga Siren has not had a major impact. AUI is 0-2-0 with 8 CS, so the supports of EG falling behind, and the cores, that's the crazy thing, right? Even if EG's cores get really good farm, it just seems like Complexity from the draft standpoint definitely have some very good solutions if they play it right. So,
well, it's actually kind of funny though, like you bring up the CS factor, you've still got PPD, like most of these creeps he's taken are the big ones in the jungle. So he's only just off level 6.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad as it could look like in the numbers, but yeah, it's not terrific either. Saying these supports going to do a lot of Sumail. Going to get forced out by Moon Meander. He doesn't have a lot of mana. There are 12 1 charges, so we could jump for it, but really he was trying to keep him away from the runes. Speaking of that, Universe going to find himself an Invis rune, and instantly DK Swindle is forced back. In fact, he's just abandoning bottom lane. Which is where, again, doesn't this feel the same as like game number 1? Aoi has himself a bit of a slow start to Naga, and then all of a sudden finds himself space on one of the lanes. Before it was the safe lane, now it's going to be the off lane.
Yeah, they're going to need Song. It's very important. It's always with support Naga. Reaching level 6 is a really big deal.
Universe moving forward. They put the sentry ward down so they can see him, but he missed the shots. Snowball down, and Z-Freak needs a Shallow Grave quickly. Cannot get it off in time. And this means that it is the first kill coming in for EG for this mid-fight. The Swindlemelons keeping on the back of Universe. The Sigil going to make this difficult to keep the chase going. Especially now as Sven has arrived. He's going to war cry it up. They can force the issue on the tower. Sumail. He's still got 9 1 charges, and in fact now has a full bottle as well. So he's still looking good to defend this.
He needs to be careful. Sumail's going to triple.
Oh, that's a lot of spirits, but then the stun, and Swindlemelons, he's going to get flipped by the Walrus Punch, and in fact then locked inside the shard. This time no Dazzle will be here, turning on the God Strength. They have to protect Ben, and there it is. They keep the Shallow Grave on him. He is ticking down in a moment at Sumail. There's your Searing Chain. They turn for one more stun, but it's still a double kill for Sumail. EG getting the upper hand in the mid lane.
Complexity, they really wanted to get that tier 1 tower mid, getting a little bit too greedy for it here with Swindle, as well as Sizzy simply just got surrounded. with PPD's rotation there. Good rotation in from the left to kind of sandwich them there at the mid-tier 1. And that's going to bring PPD up to level 7, as a matter of fact. This is a high-level CM at minute 12. As mentioned earlier, his farm isn't that good, but he's still going to be able to pick up his Tranquils now. Probably, as mentioned, going to be looking for a Glimmer Cape as his next item of choice in this game. Potentially. It's also possible he's going to be even more ambitious and look for something like a BKB first, just to guarantee his ult. Because there's no BKB counter in this game for complexity. And that will allow a guaranteed ult, which, once again, I think is going to be absolutely crucial for them.
Yeah, they need to slow down all these melee heroes running around, but still, one person who's not going to care about that is the Timbersaw. He's still able to move by Timber Chain. And again, complexity, they're going to force the issue here. The Dragon Form comes back off cooldown, so you could just pop this and have the tower tick down. You would put the peril of the denial, which would be a decent amount of money taken away from complexity.
It looks like EG are expecting this. They obviously have a very good high ground ward right now, seeing both Swindle and Z-Freak. So Universe is supporting in anticipation of the push, but it's actually not coming just yet.
He might be worried also the fact that Fly went missing from the top lane, because they smoked up. So it's the movement coming in from complexity. If they walked a little bit further to the side, then Fear would have actually broken the smoke. But they go in deeper. They're searching for the Crystal Maiden, and this should be an easy pickup. Just turn for the stun, but Fly a little bit too far away. Should be able to still hit the Light Strike array, but decides, you know what, maybe not the possibility. Go Laguna as well as Slave. Samal just Spirit jumping down. He'll get the Searing Chains on Fly, who again, attempting a TP out, will not be in time. But the Sven will be able to survive. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, the push just keeps coming in. Same for mid lane. Dragon Form kicks in, and Evil Geniuses, they managed to walk all the way down. In fact, they're just going to go for the snowball. Searing Chains, where's it going to come from? Samal, not enough mana for it, even with the 3-1 charges. A very early Shallow Grave from the Dazzle, and there's not much more he can do here apart from a quick heal. Timbersaw will arrive, and Samal, no mana with the Whirling Death, but the Tusker, the shards are able to connect. He finds a kill on the DK, and now the Timbersaw's dropping as well, and EG, they brought in all their friends and had a party on Complexity's corpses.
They are just so greedy for this middle tier 1 tower, and EG are taking full advantage of it right now. This is very, very important for them to get a head start in this early game, and Razor being involved here as well is going to speed up Fear's mech, which I think is coming out soon, and a very big pickup against this Radiant team that has a lot of AoE burst damage. Sumail has eyes on Zizzy. They will need some sort of secondary TP to set this up though, but might also just be a counterplay coming in here.
Where's your Searing Chain, Samal? He can't find this kill, not now that the Dazzle is up here. But he can at least force Dizzy out. Then again, Spirit jumps in, he's got Searing Chains up. But again, with the Dazzle behind him, Shallow Grave was on cooldown, but has come off cooldown now. He would have forced the issue just a little bit too long if he pushed for it. The Shallow Grave would have stopped him.
I'm going to play it safe here. Sumail will now be just getting from the top lane. Looks like he's going to build for a fast Battle Fury here. He's not going for any drum build-up, which I think Sumail's item build on Ember is generally different from the norm. We see most Ember Spirit players, I think it's like 50-50 between phase and treads, but a lot of Ember Spirit players favor getting the drums as a build-up item to get especially both for the mana efficiency, but also for a bit of tankiness. In this game, they do have a CM, so it doesn't really need the mana that much.
Stormbolt.
Oh, almost brought that one over to Universe.
They actually managed to get the Shards off again. Universe, perfect positioning with the Tusker. Sharding back through, but Sven kept alive for the moment by the Shallow Grave. Not a healthy man by any stretch of the imagination, but Mumianda forcing EG back, but it's just Sumail and Universe teaming up together to cause problems. Fear, middle lane, Laguna Blade, as well as the stun with the Breathe Fire. Dropped him down low, but PPD with a Frostbite, as well as the Nova. Bought enough space, just enough space for him to TP out to safety. The Tusker will die on top. It looks like Mumianda was able to catch up to him.
Yeah, I caught that one. It looked like... So, EG getting a little over-aggressive in that situation. Oh, wait a second, Sumail. Okay, he's got chains. He should be okay here, I think.
They're Soul Ring off cooldown in 2 seconds, so if you want to go deeper, you could.
But yeah, they tried for the kill with Tusk and Ember, but Dazzle had a heal, and then, you know, being next to Timbersaw and trees is generally not a good thing.
Samal's attacking, he's after the Timbersaw, and then again realizes that the Lena's going to be here. Light Strike Array will be up by him a little bit of time, but Fly's dead here. He's going to burn no matter what. The Dragon Tail Sun also trying to assist his teammate. But Fly had no way out of that riverbed.
This ward on the top lane is doing so much work for EG. They see all these rotations. They know exactly who's coming in and when. And they might be able to hold the tower because the Dragon Form just expired now for Swindle. They do have a glyph as well.
They come in from behind. Smoke on EG Universe. And Sumail, who's he go for? Who's the bigger target? And he just makes a run straight for the Dazzle. He wants him to waste the Shallow Grave over on the Dazzle. In fact, he won't even get it off. Down for the count. Owie now with the Song of the Siren, keeping Sven away from him. This will waste a lot of the time of that God Strength. But now Timbersaw also coming back to fight, putting down the Chakram. So there's a one way to get out, but PPD just lets it go from inside the tree line. Sven, they can't walk away fast off the Shards block, and then they're two down, and Sumail's looking for more, chasing after Moon Meander. Owie ensnares back off cooldown now. He can stop Swindle Melons on the run, but can they get close to the plasma field damage as well? Frostbite into a snowball. Swindle Melons, that DK turned around, but Universe down for the count. 130 life still on that DK, but a sleight of fist from Sumail will ensure the kill as he's looking to even go deeper than this, but maybe hold the reins and pull back on this EG attack. He has one chance. Moon Meander jumping into the tree lines. Searing Chase, that's a dead Timbersaw. Knows just how far he can push the limits. And Complexity didn't think he could. That's why he stuck around.
Yeah, Sumail is getting so much in this game. It's just the snowball effect from the beginning he had in that mid lane. And very adept at playing this hero. This is going to be an 18-minute Battle Fury on Ember Spirit in the mid position with Treads and Aquila. I think this might be the highest GTM we've seen in this tournament. It at 18 for an Ember, so definitely scary here for Complexity, who seems to be losing Swindle Melons.
Yeah, they're going to lose more. Sumail comes up. Z-Free can't get close enough to it. Swindle Melons controlled by the Walrus Punch. Still trying to stun out of here. Z-Free has to use the Shallow Grave on himself. Sumail just hanging around so he can slide a fist him down. Able to do so at the same time as Swindle will drop. EG momentum galore as now Spirit Jump in again. He's got Sleight of Fist Searing Chains, gets the timing for it. Sumail actually stops to buy while he's looking down. The snowball comes in from Universe with a perfect sharp positioning. The Timbersaw looking for some revenge. Sumail doesn't have any spirits remaining at the moment, so he can't help out that way. But PPD, the Frostbite's going to be there. Sumail again with the Spirit Jump down. Sleight of Fist Searing Chain. He's going to get the kill on Sven. Mooney enters here, but Sumail again, no spirits, but 14 one shots to the Shards. The perfect positioning again from Universe. EG, it's a splendid display of Dota coming from them.
They are taking so much advantage of how good their lineup is just at kiting, re-engaging, because they don't want to go for that full-on 5-on-5 where they get comboed by Breathe Fire, Sven Stun, all of Timbersaw's spells. They're simply just using Sumail to just buy time and kite around, and by the way, to steal a couple of Ancients just for the heck of it.
It's to the glory of PPD.
Quickly getting out of hand, and Complexity, the game plan was working fine for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden, EG just entered hard mode.
They started getting kills. It really, like, the push for mid lane is going to be something which we'll be coming back to for a while. Where it just poses the question, what was the cost for that push on mid tower? And even then, it's the only tower that Complexity have taken so far, and it was denied by the Crystal Maiden. So it wasn't even a full tower coming their way. And there's Timbersaw, like maybe that's where we should be looking. The Timber is the left field pick. So can he do something against this EG lineup? Can anyone do anything against Sumail? When he's 10-0-4, so much momentum. He misses the, actually hit the Sleight of Fist, but didn't get the Searing Chain. He's gonna Spirit Jump up. There's your Sleight of Fist Searing Chain on the Sven. Dropping him down. There's still that Dragon Tail stun into Dragon form as well, but PPD not in range for the Frostbite. Sumail just keeps going. Sleight of Fist Searing Chain kills off the Sven and locks down the DK. Shallow Grave will keep him up for now, but PPD, Real Crystal Maidens channel the whole way, but DK will not be there to watch the end of the show as he TPs back to base. Where are you going, Fear?